sweeties, it's your girl Candy.
And this is Skittles.
And you're watching Sweet Addictions TV. And yes, we know it's not Wednesday, but we've been ripping and running that we, well, let me quit lying on this part, y'all. Let me quit lying. Nigga, the kids was out of school for the fall break. Fucked us all up. We thought Wednesday was Monday because that's when they went back to school. We sorry. But we haven't ripped and running though. But that's the reason why we didn't put nothing on Wednesday, because we was all messed up. So today we will be doing that for you guys. Yes, indeed.
Y'all got some that's gonna make you say, damn. I guess some people like, hell no. And one is gonna fuck you up.
Okay, before you do the damn, the hell no's, and the fuck you up, hold on. Don't tell me I didn't save it. Oh, okay. First off, to Miss Walton, she was like, Candy, did your ass go out there to Morehouse and only had a sweater on? This is what I had on. But in our defense, the people we were supposed to interview was all mixed up and turned around, so we thought we were only getting out of a car and going into a building.
Right.
That didn't happen, so we was cold as shit.
I had short sleeves on. Had this on. I'm cold. I'm still cold.
So,
and it was hours ago.
Some bullshit.
Bullshit.
New Orleans, baby. Her
Hey.
birthday was the other day.
Happy birthday.
And then there's Brittany from Florida. Her birthday was a few days ago.
Hi, Brittany.
So happy birthday, sweeties. Yes,
From
yes,
Florida.
yes.
Hey.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Okay, let's do this. Number one. He's 19. He's gay. Been with his boyfriend for a year and a half. Everything is going great. He loves his parents. All this good stuff. Respects his parents. But guess what? He came out to his parents and they told him he would burn in hell for committing such a sin in the eyes of God. Said he needs to be cured from the disease and offered to pay for him to go to a rehab center to get help. Wow. That's how serious they are about the situation. They would not. They said they would not accept him as their son if he don't change his ways. Okay. Now his question is: should he continue his relationship and lose his parents, or try to change his life to keep his parents? Now, please keep in mind that his uncle was a gay man, and the mother, which is his mother, never spoke to the uncle ever again when she found out that he was gay.
Okay. Wow, that's so sad. Of course, this is your mother, your parents. Of course, you wanna please them, and you wanna be, you can't, if you truly are gay and you're not just, going through a phase. You cannot change yourself, baby.
That's true.
You can't. I understand that it's like, I need to be accepted. I need my family. But ultimately, you have to realize it's your life.
It's your life. When
your mother and your father and whoever else it is that's saying this to you is gone, you still have to live your life. And do you know how depressed you will be if after you've already came out the closet and then you try to suppress it and act like you've been cured? You know how fucked up you're going to be inside? Because you're lying to yourself and everyone else. And I know it's hard because it's your parents.
Yeah.
But even if you try to go that route to keep them, you're going to be so hurt inside. It's going to drive you crazy. Literally, like, for real fucking nuts. And I mean, you got to stay true to you. You got to. And I know it's hard, especially when you hear your mama saying shit like that. I mean, ultimately, it does come down to you. So, you can't change who you are, basically. You can't change who you are, sweetheart. I mean,
I feel the same way. You cannot change. If you gay, you know you're gay, you're proud of it. I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm going to share a little bit of something with you. When I was dancing, I didn't let my family know right off the bat. They just happened to find out. I'll tell you about that later in another post or something. But they found out, and all hell broke loose off the back of that. Like, they was trying to take my kids away from me because of that, because they didn't agree with the things that I was doing, which was just working at the strip club, But at the end of the day, I did what I had to do for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not living my life, and you shouldn't either, live your life to make other people happy. If you are gay, that's what makes you happy. That's you. That's you. So it's crazy. It's sad because you're in a situation where it's a no-win situation, I guess you can say. But you deserve to be happy in this world, and you cannot live your life for other people's approval. You cannot do that. So I mean, you're gonna have to, just like Candy said, ultimately the answer it's on you, really. But please make yourself happy, which it sounds like you're gonna go the other way if you do that, because you are you know, gay. So there you have it. Next one. She's 20 and looking for a relationship, but has a rocky past. Okay? She worked for a pimp for 2.5 years.
I was about to say, does Rocky mean alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol. She did it for 2.5 years. 6 months ago, she got into a relationship with a man, and he was really sweet and said he wouldn't judge her. So I guess, you know, basically they was talking about past, and she was like, well, if I tell you some stuff, blah, blah. He was like, no, I wouldn't judge you, well, you know. But she said as soon as she told him about her past, he called her a bitch and spread facts about her. I guess going around telling the business of people, talking bad about her. And now she feels like she'll never be able to be in a relationship because of her past. So the question is, should she continue to look for a man or just chill the hell out?
First, quit looking. Because when you look, you never seem to find that shit.
Never.
When you just doing your own thing and you taking care of you, that's when that man comes along. That man. Okay? Now let me tell you this, because I have a cousin in my family. She was a hooker. She wasn't like working for a pimp, but she was a hooker. Okay, like she was since been fuck diddly yucking. Okay? And what happened was she got with a guy, and you know they was all lovey-dovey and naming they song off the radio and shit, and they was good to go. I'm talking about together for months. They was, you know what I'm saying, they was good. We had a big ass barbecue, okay, because my mother's boyfriend, now husband, was going away on tour for you know, in the military. So they threw a big ass party at the park in Louisville. And so we all pull up. It was me, my mother, and my cousin. We all pull up. We get out the car. You know, she comes up to her man. They hug. They kiss. Then, you know, the women, you know, went off, and because we had rented a big ass boat to go on to the lake and shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
So we go off. Then all of a sudden, when she walks off, here go the nigga. Dog, who you kissing on that bitch? You know who that is? Because when I say hookah whore, she was getting it in like she was a nigga. Even though it's fucked up, we got double standards. Because a nigga do it, he a pimp. Or you can nowadays, you can even say he a hoe, but it still don't have as big as a punch in the face as if you saying it with a woman. So she had even been taped before. And so, you know, some people had seen it, and they went to yappity yapping, and she come back this very same day. This nigga didn't even waste no time. Very same day, she come back up to, you know what I'm saying, you know, and got a drink, and he, in front of everybody. And she was so hurt, because, I mean, they was so, like, they was in love. That nigga was on that bullshit. They was in love, lovey-dovey, and our song is on the radio type shit. And he's played her to the left so hard, baby. But I mean, she was crying. I'm talking about, I ain't never seen this motherfucker cry over no nigga. But she was crying. She was listening to old ass songs every damn day. She'd come out just to eat and go back in her room. After a while, she got over that nigga, and then she went and got another one. So you're always going to be able to get somebody. Now, as far as a man, like to be, you know, exclusive, it may take a little while longer, because you know how people are, but shit, look at Maury. Them hoes get niggas every day. And everybody see they shit.
That's true.
So, you know, it's gonna hurt you for a minute because he did do that. And with some things, who's to say you had to tell him that? If your ass is, especially if y'all ain't even had nothing, you don't have to disclose everything about your past to everybody you meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as y'all having protected sex and your ass ain't got that shit, then shit, you good.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell everybody every little detail of your life. You do not. Certain shit you do have to share with your mate. But you don't gotta let them know all your fucking secrets. Like I said, if y'all being grown, you practicing safe sex, you ain't got that man on your back, you know, you ain't got that shit, you feel me? Then you good.
She's a fool.
I'm just saying.
And I just want to add, even if you do share that, because, you know, I wouldn't share that with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but even if you find that special someone and you want to share, a real man is going to accept your past, because that's your past. It's hard to be like, damn, my wife, my future wife, my girlfriend was hoeing around, hook a horse, slutting everybody, you know? But at the end of the day, it takes a real man to say, I'm not worried about this shit. I love you.
You don't do it now.
Right. I love you for you, and you ain't like that no more, so let's move on. So Quit looking and just chill out, and somebody will come to you.
Yep, look at Mos Def. His baby mom, well, I don't know if they had a baby or not, but they was married. Shit, she was a stripper with everybody.
Everybody.
Oh, he married her ass.
Yes, he did.
Just saying.
Oh, well, I just want to say this. A lot of people in the industry, I'm not going to say nobody's names. I'm good at putting people on blast, but I'm not going to do it. A lot of people in the industry, their wives now were hook a horse. They were out
strippers, there was. Even T-Pain's wife was a stripper. That's why he wrote I'm in love with a stripper. He was writing about his wife.
Wow, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See? Okay, this is another one. Her name, well, I can't say her name, woo, because I just copied and pasted this one. She lives in Miami, and she's been with the guy for 6 months, and she's pretty happy, but the issue is with his baby mama. Okay? She doesn't have kids, okay? And she said that she doesn't understand the whole baby daddy, baby mama thing. Okay, she says she'll go through her dude's cell phone and she'll see a bunch of text messages from other females and baby mama calling him baby and, you know, flirting basically. And she said that her mom says that he isn't right. This is her exact words. My mom says he isn't right for me because his baby is only 1 year old, and that a nigga always gonna be knocking his baby mama, you know. But she said she doesn't have any kids. She doesn't understand that relationship. So she wants to know, is she wrong for, because she said she's jealous. You know, she reads them text messages. She said that's not, you know, she said is she wrong for that because they do have a child together? Or, you know, what should she do, basically?
How old is she? Oh, I thought you said her age.
19. She's
Child.
only 19, no kids.
Move on. I don't know how long they been together, a few months?
6 months.
Oh, child. Okay, listen. 9 times, I ain't gonna say what everybody, okay? Okay? But from my experiences, and I've been all over the world, baby, so it's not just, it's been overseas, here, over there, everywhere.
All around the world.
And that's what I'm saying, if they cool, you know, cool baby mama, cool baby daddy type relationship, and they texting baby this, baby that.
Baby?
And the baby is only 1, so he just freshly knocked her up. He just freshly got up out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
just freshly got up out that shit. So, there's always an invitation for him to come back and knock her down. Okay? And it's so funny, there was a sweetie on Blog TV last night, and she was kind of going through the same, I wonder if it's her, but she was going through the same old bullshit. And, except this baby mama was, anyway, let me get back on you. Okay. Leave. And I say this because I don't know if you've come to him with it and said anything, but baby mama drama is a whole, which I've learned personally, this is just this past year. I've never had to deal with it my damn self until this past year. And it's always going to be a hot ass mess. Okay? Now, and the only reason I'm telling you to leave, and maybe, or even y'all could just kick it, but just don't look at him as your man. Like, y'all be cool or something. Because, first off, you young. Second off, like I said, baby, 1. He just freshly got up out the fish, okay? Fresh. Don't play. And they flirting and shit. He's hitting it. Please be advised. He's getting it.
He's getting it in.
For real. Get her done.
Get her done.
Okay?
For real.
So honestly, baby, don't try to figure that shit out. You young, man. Go have fun. And have fun don't mean go be a hooker.
No.
It just mean, you know,
you
don't have to be tied down at 19 years old. Like you said, you rare, you ain't got no kids, you 19. Go have fun. Just chill with your people. Go, you know what I'm saying? Just do you. But if you do stay with him, be advised, because it already sounds like you're headed towards heartbreak. Just from us being around, around this, you know, here on Earth for a while, we can kind of, you can kind of sense bullshit.
Yeah.
Older people, I guess, just because you're 19, that's the only reason I'm saying older, but anyway. Older people who've seen a lot of things, have been around a lot, can usually catch some bullshit before that bullshit happens.
Right.
And it sounds like you headed toward bullshit.
Because honestly, let's put it like this. What if the shoe was on the other foot? He's in your phone, and he's reading text messages from your baby daddy, calling you baby, and all this other stuff. Would it pose as a problem? Probably so. So if he's allowing it to happen, I mean, he don't really care about you anyway. I mean, that's kind of disrespectful. My situation, I don't deal with baby daddy nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got mine under control. I'm gonna tell you something. When I first found out I was pregnant with my daughter, me and her father were together. We were still together. Shortly after that, I found out he was kicking it with the other baby mama. But telling me that he couldn't stand her. Guess what I did? Headed on the opposite direction. I cut it straight off. Because I don't... Who wants to deal with that back and forth stuff? And with you can't compete with baby mama.
You ain't no kids either?
You can't compete with that. Sorry. So, just to be honest with you, yeah. Candy said, leave. Bye.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
Hell no, no more. Okay, here's another one. She's 22, and she has a problem with her father. Okay. She says, first of all, he has never been in her life. She said, like, for example, 3 years would pass, and she would never hear from him, even though he lived right up the street, 2 houses down from her. 2 houses.
What the hell? She ain't never gonna knock on the door.
She said, anyway, to make a long story short, he recently got married, and his wife has 3 little boys, and he treats those boys like the world. Okay? He don't have nothing really to do with her or her brother. Okay? So, her question is, should she try to make her dad get into her and her brother's life, or should she just wash her hands of the situation and just say, forget it, he's not going to, you know, be around, blah, blah. And she said, oh, by the way, you can put my dad's name on blast. His name is Claxton Brown.
Claxton mother-sucking Brown. Claxton.
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 Brown.
Boy, oh boy.
That's crazy.
Now, listen here. A sweetie after our own heart. You're 22. He's been a deadbeat.
Yep.
A diddly deadbeat. Because how the fuck you gonna live 2 doors down and I ain't talked to your ass in 3 years? Damn nigga, did I see you when I was getting my mail? What's going on? So, he's beyond deadbeat. And there are so many stories I hear all the time about when a man knocks a chick up, don't take care of this one, but get with a bitch with kids. I'm sorry, get with a female with kids and treat them kids like they damn gold. But this little nigga over here, like, well, damn, daddy, you know.
Yeah.
I look like you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It really is. Like, even with my father, like, my father was the best damn dad from the time when I was young up till I was 13. That nigga did everything. I had the best Christmas. You know, I was straight. But then, after a while, nothing. And I've always heard that I had a brother or some shit. And couldn't find out I do. Just found out I may have a sister. I don't know if she's older than me, younger than me, what. But I would call, and I found out that, and I find out that, oh, he's been paying child support, and this, and that. I'm like, well, damn, nigga, you ain't do that with me. What the fuck going on? And you're 22, so you're a little younger, but what you got to understand is, you can't make somebody do anything.
No, you cannot.
Now, this is your father. He does live up the motherfucking street. So if you do, and it sounds like you do want a relationship with him. I mean, every kid wants a relationship with their mom and their dad. You know what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would start off slow. You know, just to say you'll have some type, even if it's like a friend relationship. Because you can't say he's going to be your daddy. Because then he's, you know, he wasn't there. You know, you can't not be there for so many years, and then when you grown, try to tell me sit my ass down. No, you got me fucked up. Right. So if you want, it's obvious that you want some type of relationship with him. So even if you go sit and have a talk with him, like, look, Dad, I wish you was there. You know, I wish we had a better relationship than what we have now. But you know, it's the past. I'm still hurt by it, but I would like to have something with you. You know, I would like to be able to call my father and be like, oh, Dad, I did this today, or let's go eat lunch. You know, we can start off slow.
Let's go wash the car together.
Are you about to go get your mail? Because I'm about to go get mine. You know what I'm saying? Wave. You know, start off slow, something. Because you're not going to be able to just jump into a straight, strong father-daughter relationship. But it's obvious you want one. Right. So start off slow. Go knock on the door. Call him. Let's talk. You know, and lay it on the line. But, you know, with some people, they do get defensive, even though you have every right to be like, damn, nigga, you ain't been with me, you got these kids, I'm sitting here, you know, you got every right to do that. But, if you want to get a relationship with him, you can't go off like that.
Can't attack him.
You got to just kind of lay it on the line, but don't do it in such a manner to where he just gonna get defensive right off the bat.
Right.
You know, even though you have the right, baby, don't get me wrong. But just start it off slow and work from there.
Yeah, I agree. All the way. And let me add something to this. Just a little personal touch. If you, not just the person that wrote this, but if you want a relationship with, okay, do that. If you want a relationship with your family, even no matter how fucked up it is, the situation is, you can't hurt, it won't hurt but to try. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't have a mother and I don't have a father. And I had issues with my father for a long time because he wasn't around and he got married. He even adopted a child. Had a child with the woman and adopted a child. And they lived good until she realized that he still wasn't the man that she thought, and they got divorced. But I had an issue with that, and I never got a chance to even really, you know, discuss my issues with him. I did write him a nasty letter one day. Don't really know if it ever got to him, but I wasn't able to mend anything with him. Whatever, I didn't know, you know, why he didn't come around, what the problem was. I didn't know anything, and then he just passed away like last year. So it doesn't hurt to try to mend or try to develop a relationship with your family. So this message, I mean, this is for you. This one is. She's 19 years old, in college. She works. But tired as shit for working for somebody else. Okay. She always wanted to own a store, and since you have done that before, she needs your advice. She wants to know, what should she do first to open the store? How do you get certain brands? Is it difficult? And she says her and her best friend are working together to do this, but she just doesn't. They don't know where to start. She's like, what the hell? They lost.
Some people do go to college to get the you know, their business degree and, you know, go through all that, which is a good way to go about it. You know, it's the best way to go about it. I did not go about it that way. I had some money, we opened a store. That's basically how it started off. Now, it didn't take a lot of money to start off. We started off with $25,000 to start the company. We quickly found out that buying name brand clothes, real shit, not fake shit. I don't know about everybody else, but Atlanta got a lot of fake ass stores.
Oh yeah.
That's $25,000 quickly depleted, baby. Quickly depleted. So we did more and more and more and more and more and more. So, but there are grants for, I don't know if you're a minority or not, but they have a lot of grants. So we didn't start off with grants. So if you start off with grants, that'd be better because you'll get free money. But I don't know. She didn't say they was in college or anything, right? She just says it started.
No, she said she's in school.
Oh, she's in school?
She's 19 years old, in college, and she does work, but she's just tired of working for someone else. So she's in college.
I mean, for business.
I don't know.
Okay, well, so I could just tell you what the first few steps that I did, and then you can go off of that. Like I said, I started off with $25,000 for it. Now, usually when you're a new clothing store, you have to be open for at least 2 years before big name brands will mess with you. But from us knowing people in the industry, you know, a lot of clothing companies ship boxes of free shit to celebrities so they can wear it, because, you know, if you out and you get photographed, they got their name on you. So since we knew people, they were able to refer us. So we were able to, we was able to open up with name brand stuff. I didn't have to wait 2 years. Now, that's good and bad, and I'll tell you why. Good because I didn't have to wait 2 years to get no name brand shit.
Right.
Bad because I opened with name brand, and I wasn't like a big old franchise. So that means I didn't have a huge customer base when I first started, because I just opened. So I bought all these name brand, and you know, we had like Christian Audigier and Black Label, you know, all stuff like that, mink jeans, stuff like that. So, you know, that stuff costs, you know, $200, you know, $350, you know, all that stuff. So it was hard at first because people weren't buying, because we didn't have a lot of people coming, because it was new. Now, with that $25,000, we would have stretched a long way if I had like little bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like little filler clothes, like stuff like Rainbow, or, you know, little shit like that. But we didn't. So we had to shoot a commercial. We shot a commercial and started blasting that everywhere. You remember the commercial?
That was fun.
It was fun. And we shot the commercial, and that started bringing people in. I got a bunch of flyers. I put flyers every fucking where. I don't care where. There was a flyer on your motherfucking car that said heat. You know what I'm saying? So advertising was big, you know, word of mouth through, actually what kept us afloat a lot of times during the beginning was the celebrities we knew. They would come in and they would buy the Ed Hardy, the Christian Audige, and the, you know, the True Religion. They would come in and buy that. But we did get a steady flow of, you know, neighborhood customers and stuff like that. I did recently close the store last year, as y'all know, once the recession hit real hard. Because even if you're not making money, as long as you can pay for the store with its money, you know, that's good. But it's got so bad where people stopped buying to where it was coming out of pocket. No. That's when you're in the red. You don't want to be in the red. You want to be in the black. You don't want to be in the red, okay? So I closed it. I still have, y'all want to buy a store? Look.
For real?
It's turnkey.
Yeah, I forget.
You got to do nothing.
I forget. Yeah.
I got all the factors. I got all the labels.
So write her back.
Hell, on her.
If you want more information,
yeah,
she has your accounts available.
But if you do want to, if you want to go and get like name brands, there's always. Well, I don't know where you stay, but like in the major cities, they have places where you can go downtown where all the name brands have like offices. So you go, you fill out an application, you tell them what other brands you have. You have to show pictures of your store so they can know that their shit ain't going in a flea market or, you know what I'm saying. And then they either accept you or deny you. Then you can, at first you're paying for the clothes out of pocket. You know, you got to pay them first. Or you can get, you know, at UPS where you have to give them a money order. But once you get big enough, you can get factors, which we have, which is CIT, Wells Fargo, stuff like that, to where they'll send you the clothes and you have 30 days to pay them. You know, so, but if you want to know more, just write me, I'll hit you up. But that's the basics.
Got that? I think you did it very well.
Thanks.
Okay. This one to me, I kind of read it and was like, I don't want to answer this. But I am. She says she's 24. She lives in Cali. She's the only child. Her dad died when she was 7. Her mother passed away in July. She said she has a lot going on for her. Great things, financially. She said, but emotionally, she is a mess. Her mother was a best friend. At times, she would pass going out with her friends to chill at home with her mom or to do things with her mom. Like, that's how close they were. And she said that she has noticed that I haven't really talked a lot about my mom's death and how, you know, about certain things. Not that she's asking me to, but she said she just wants to know how did I cope and move on. Now, I have written a few sweeties about this because they was going through similar situations. And basically, it takes time. That's the only thing that I can really say. When my mom died, I wasn't like, you know, okay, I'm over it now. You know, I was 15 years old. I was jacked up. No? Was it 15? Yeah, I was 15 because I was 30. Yeah. Woof. I was 15. My brother was 10. And my situation was very, very bad because of the fact that I was in a household with my mom and with my stepfather. Me and my stepfather never had a relationship. So he was there. He had been there since I was 2, I believe. But we just never had a relationship. Never. He was always working, you know, providing. He wasn't never there as a parent. He was just the provider as far as money is concerned. So when she passed away, I was lost. I felt alone. I was stressed out. I was depressed. I started popping pills just to go to sleep because I didn't want to be up. I didn't eat. Like, I was really messed up. My brother, he took went down the path that I would never advise nobody to go to. Like me, I kind of straightened up my ways. I did not mess up school. I was still going to school, doing what I had to do. I graduated high school, all that mess. My brother, on the other hand, he was 10. He was young when she passed away, but he got hooked on drugs real bad. He dropped out of high school. And now, just recently, is he trying to get back on track, and it's been years and years and years ago. So, what I want to say is that it just takes time. I mean, maybe you need to go to counseling to get out, or maybe a friend. Even, you know, the more you talk about it will help you, but it just takes time. There's no way there's no possible way to get over a death. You just can't get over it. I mean, it takes time. You know, you tend to not hurt as much. But every time I think about my mom, I'm hurting. Because, you know, like I said before, I don't have a mother or a father. I have a stepfather, and we're decent now that I'm grown. But I don't have no one to go to for motherly, you know, things. I don't have nobody to go to, father, daughter, you know, none of that. So, my advice to you is just, it's just going to take time. You want to add to that?
What she said? She said her mother died?
Her mother died in July.
Oh, it's recent.
This is recent.
Oh, baby, you're gonna mourn anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing nobody can say to you.
Nothing.
That's so fresh. And you were best friends, because I can put myself in a situation just to think about it, because that's how me and my mother are. Me and my mother, you would think we're sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're really, really close. And we've always been like that, so I can understand where you're coming from, because I know if it was hell, when my mom was going in for surgery, I damn near lost my fucking mind. If y'all remember that, I remember I was going through so much, I even came out here crying, like, look, y'all, I don't know when I'm gonna be back, you know, just because going through it. So, honestly, it's so fresh. All I can tell you to do is continue to pray, you know, to get you through it. You don't have to be, you know, this really religious person to speak to God, you know, and just to know, even though it's so cliche for everybody to say, but she really is in a better place, baby. There's so much here that goes on with us being beings on this planet that's so bull. Like right now, you probably just got to go through some bullshit. Not you, I understand, but anybody. And now where she is, she's at peace. You know, and no matter how bad we want to be, like, I want them here with me. I need you here with me. The Lord needed them with him, you know, and ultimately, he does what's supposed to be done. You can't question it. You may be mad, you may be upset, and know why, oh God, but everything happens for that reason. And you don't want to hear that, because this is my mother, this is my best friend. How am I going to make it without her? But you got to understand, baby, that you're going to get through it. You got to keep strong. You got to remember her. Remember the woman that she raised. She didn't raise no weak woman. She raised somebody that she knew would be able to go out into this world and do what she needs to do.
I don't know how she passed away, but I'm going to tell you what also helped me get through my mom. When she was alive, she was in pain all the time. She died of cancer. It started in her breast, and after they did an autopsy, they found out that it was in her brain. You know, in the hospital, she had stopped talking. And they kept saying, oh, she's just sedated. She's heavily sedated because she's in pain, and she's just confused. Then when she started talking, she was repeating herself over and over and over again. And when they did the autopsy, the cancer was all through her brain. There was no helping her. So I can remember times where she would take me to the mall. I'm 15. I'm a teenager. You know, she would take me to the mall with her oxygen tank just so I can have a life. You know what I'm saying? But she was in pain. So,
okay. You stop? You sure?
So, just think of it as she's not in pain. And it's like Candy said, she's really in a better place.
She is. And as you can see, it's no matter how long ago it's going to be, it's going to hurt. It's your mother. It's your mother, you know. You just got to pray every day, and you just got to live your day being the woman that you know she raised you to be.
I mean, you know, some days are going to be harder than others. You know, it can be months to go by. I'm fine, you know. I don't cry all the time about it. Like, I talk about her, you know, and it doesn't affect me like this. But other times, you know, because, you know, I have kids of my own. I don't have no one to go to and say, you know, look, you know, Grandma, she in another generation. Can't talk to her ass. You know, she's still, never mind.
A1's ass.
Yeah, so, you know, on a lighter note, you know, it's just going to take time. It really is. This one is the last one that kind of messed me up, too. It's long. I'm just warning you, know, it's long as hell. But I want to read it to you so you would know exactly where she's coming from. Because it's crazy. Okay. She said, I'm going to read to you word from word. If I start stuttering or whatever, it's because I don't know what the hell she's talking about. She said,
What?
Because you know how people be misspelling stuff, you know? She said, I'm going to just give you my background so you can maybe answer my question. This is probably going to be long, sorry. Throughout my life from 0 to 12, my mom beat me. And she has been on drugs also. She smoked crack, snorted cocaine, and did all types of pills. Name it, she does them. She would hit me and my siblings, mainly me though, with switches, belts, wooden spoons, brooms, high heels, hairbrushes, paddles, and then eventually she just started punching me. Then one day I was fed up with it, so I ran outside and she chased me and had my brother catch me, and she punched me in the lip and it was bleeding and stuff. And there was cops up the street, so I screamed, and then my mom went to jail. And the cops let me move in with my friend, and eventually I moved in with my uncle. Then my mom got me back in less than 3 months. The court let her get me back even when she was tested positive for cocaine. She has overdosed 3 times in my lifetime, and she has got back brought to life each time. When I was 7, one of my brothers, she has 4, started molesting her. And
her brothers?
One of her brothers.
Mm-hmm.
She has 4 of them, but one of them started molesting her. And when when I was 11, I told my mom. Now, this happened when she was 7. When she was 11, she told her mom about it. She said that she sat us down, but really didn't do anything. But the brother did stop. She said, when I was in the 7th grade, all I did was go to school to fight. I had to get my anger out on someone, so I took it out on people in school. It never mattered who you were. If you looked at me wrong, I'll fight you. Hence her ass. No, I'm just playing. Plus, I have always grown up in ghettos and hoods, so I was looked down upon, and I got picked on a lot because I was the only white person in the class. So I would have to prove myself to the other people so they wouldn't mess with me. My mom was so heavy on drugs that I did whatever I wanted. Smoke weed, drink, smoke cigarettes, party, anything that I wanted, and my mom didn't care. I never had a curfew, but when she didn't have money to get drugs, that's when she got abusive and mean. She has also sold pills since I was a baby to support us. So, while she was out doing her thing, she would leave us with people, and one time she left me. My brothers and sisters were all at the house too, with some people, and one of the guys raped her. He had a gun to her head and, told her to get naked, and said that if she told anyone that, he would kill her. She kept it to herself till she was 12, and then she told her aunt. She's 15 now. All this is going on. She's just 15 right now. Okay, and to this day, my aunt is the only one I have ever told. I moved in with her after I moved back. Moved in with her after I moved back in with my mom. My mom couldn't hit me anymore, so she couldn't keep me in check, and we were getting in a lot of fights. So when I moved to my aunt's in Detroit, I still got in fights, but I didn't get caught. I did it after school. I gained a lot of confidence, and I actually did good in school. But less than a month ago, I moved back in with my mom because my brother, not the one that molested her though, he's in foster care. And he said that he missed her, and they really got close after she moved in. It's a lot of other things, but I read basically the gist of the story. She wants to know, well, wait a minute, I don't even know what she wants to know because I done skipped everything. So I'm just a mess right now anyway, but she's talking about getting raped and going on dates, and she doesn't trust men. Basically, she doesn't trust men, and the men that she's around are coming at her. They're coming at her, or whatever. And she said that she feels awkward, being naked, and, and still a virgin, I guess, it's not consensual. But she said, will she ever get over this?
You'll get over it to a certain extent, because as you know, everybody knows, that I shared with y'all that I was molested. Not just by, I shared with y'all that my uncle, my mother's youngest brother, molested me for years. And what's so crazy is everywhere, if we move somewhere, somebody's son or somebody's best friend, I'm not, people, there's still a lot of people who I haven't told that they, I wake up and there'll be somebody on top of me licking my neck, I've had a lot of men tried to mess with me when I was younger. So, that's why I don't understand why a lot of people, there are some out there, but whenever somebody says somebody's been sexually abused, they always say they're promiscuous. every time you hear that, if somebody's promiscuous, people always say she must have been messed with when she was a kid.
Yeah.
I've been with 3 people in my entire life. Now, I don't know if that was because I was messed with, and I just was never like, I've never been I guess your typical teenage girl, oh boy, crazy. It was never me. If I seen a group of guys, I went the other fucking way. You know, even to this day, you know, now, you know, not with my husband now, because, you know, we do some of everything, but when you with some people or whoever you start to get involved with that way, I was the same way. I didn't want to take off nothing, under the cover, nigga, what you doing, you know, and it took me, like I said, I was I mean, you know, this day and age, I was a late bloomer. I didn't have sex until I was 18 years old. And I still was like, I don't know about this, you know. So you are going to go through that. I don't trust men to this fucking day. I don't. I will look at you goddamn crazy. If my daughter comes around and you, I don't give a fuck if you're my family or not. If you hug her and you hug her too long, I'm looking at you like you out your fucking mind. You know, I just, it's in me. And a lot of women do look at me and they don't trust me around their kids, but I'm so extra. I'm really over the top with it, and you know, I wish I wasn't, you know, but you're not going to get over it. You're not, because a lot of the things, except for the mother with the drugs part, but as far as the other stuff, I've been through it, and so I know where you're coming from, baby. You're not going to get over it. Now, the edge will come off a little when it comes to you. She says she doesn't have any kids, right?
No kids.
Okay, once you do, if you ever do, it's going to come back 20 times, tenfold, I promise you. And I'm not saying that to scare you, but I understand where you're coming from. So I know. As far as trusting guys, I kind of skimmed over what you did, Ray. She said she has a few guys asking her out, but, you know, you kind of stay away just to get back in there, because you can't live your life behind bars. You know what I mean? You can't put yourself in jail, if you get what I'm saying. So even if you want to date somebody or go out, just make sure wherever you go, there's a lot of people. You want to go to a restaurant where you know there's a bunch of people. Take your own car. Tell them, you know, it's cool, I'll meet you there. So that way you don't even have to worry about getting in the car with that man and having him drop you off, because I understand, you know, you just getting into it. So if you want to start going out, it's fine. Start taking your own car. Oh, you want to meet? Okay, I'll meet you there. No, you know, I'll meet you there. You know, so that way when you come out, guess what? You can get your ass right back in your car and go. You don't have to worry about that. But you can't go your whole life being scared. Okay, trust me. I'm telling you, when this book comes out, because I am gonna write a book, baby. Y'all go, baby. Yeah. You're gonna be like, damn, are you serious? Your ass is always joking and laughing and making crazy ass faces. Your heart would hurt if I told you half the shit I've been through. And you ultimately, you can't let what somebody else does or do to you control the way you're gonna live your life. Yeah. You can't, baby. You can't. And this is coming from somebody who absolutely knows what you're talking about. Without a doubt. But you have to keep it moving. You do. Even I was so bad I didn't even want my daughter on a fucking school bus. I hated it last year when she had a man bus driver. I couldn't stand it. It was just something. I did not want her on that bus. But no, it just hurt my nerves so bad that she had a male bus driver. I couldn't stand. It's just. So it's always going to be in you, because we've been through some shit. It's always going to be in you, but you have to understand you cannot let them win. If you live your life because this person did this to you, so you're like, I'm not going to do it, then you let them win. You've got to live your life for you. Fuck everybody else. It's going to hurt, but you got to keep it moving, baby. You got to keep your head up and get it stomping. You feel what I'm saying? And keep it moving. Because trust me, if I let all the shit that's happened to me, all the shit that I've seen, all the shit that I've been through, hell yeah, I've been set on fire. I've been raped, I've been beaten and left for dead. Do you know how fucked up I'd be if I just decided to stay in a shell because all that shit happened to me? Hell no. No. Stand up and do what you got to do, baby. Period. Move into it slowly. And it's all going to fall into place, I promise you.
I mean, once again, even if you feel like you need to get counseling, because she did say that she has no trust for guys, you know, because of the things, you know, you touched on it. She know. You know, she know. Y'all know. Even if you need to get counseling, something. Like with me, the things that I've been through, I don't really say about the things that I've been through, you know. But the things that I've been through, honestly, what helped me is to talk to somebody that you know that's not going to tell your business, somebody that you can confide in, that's not going to give you the wrong answers. If you cannot, maybe counseling will help you. Maybe.
Excuse me.
You know, normally I'm the person that people, out of my friends, they come to me when they have problems. And I help them so well because a lot of things that I have been through. But when I'm having problems of my own, there's not too many people you can go to. And if you hold it in, keep it in, it's a major problem. It's going to eat you up. And one of the questions that she did want to know is, should she tell her mom about being raped?
Is the mother... Oh, she just moved back in, right?
Yeah.
I would tell her, but I wouldn't... Because is she still on drugs?
I don't know, because I remember I just skimmed over some stuff. I
Okay.
apologize, and it was a lot to read. But
if she